Ladies and gentlemen, Six Fig Stock Trader here on YouTube, and today we are going to be talking about Nervous Networks, CKB. But before we do, check me out on Twitter at Real6Fig. This is where I'm dropping all the latest and greatest crypto-related news, what I'm into at the moment, NFTs that I'm dropping, upcoming links to live streams, and videos. So without further ado, I dropped my backside of the satire dollar bill today. So this was a lot of fun creating this. It's on collect right now. You can see that we had completed the front side some time ago, and now we have the back side that complements the front side. So if you're holding the front side of the satire NFT, a dollar bill that I created, you may want to consider picking up the backside just to complete that $1 bill satire series. But it was a lot of fun creating this NFT. I chose to kind of honor Fibonacci in this thing. So with that said, we'll go into some of the specifics of the dollar bill here at a later video. But it is out there on collect for everyone to buy up. 1500 CKB is the floor price for these. So let's get into what in the world is going on with CKB. And we need to look at this thing on like a 4-hour chart to just really get a better understanding of what's going on. And I hope you guys can see this, but we are in this crazy symmetrical triangle squeeze. And when we see symmetrical triangle squeezes like this, and I do apologize, folks, I have been sick this weekend, so that's why I have been kind of laying a low profile. So if I sound stuffy or anything like that, it's just, I'm dealing with stuff, not COVID, but I hope it's not the flu or something like that. But man, it sucks. But we can see that there is the symmetrical triangle that did happen. And this is a good indication that price has hit a floor for temporary purposes. So we have seen price action come down, hit a floor, and now we are seeing it kind of trade sideways. Now, and a lot of times we will see price action continue in the same trend that there was before the symmetrical triangle formed. So this was a fairly bearish trend previous to this symmetrical triangle. So I hope that we are not heading down from here. Let's just get a few different things going here. And TradingView is really being a slug today. Oh my goodness. Let's just go ahead and throw up the good old Fibonacci channel and see where we're at. And so right now, you can see how we are really fighting for this 236 channel. We are trying to hop up into it and really move to the 382. And then from there, the 50 and the 61.8, 786. But for now, this is kind of where we're at. And we do still have a little bit of a safety net down to about a penny and a half to remain in this upward trend that we've been in since November of 2020. So this is wonderful to see. I mean, it's not ideal, but at least we are not on the wrong side of the trend like down here. Because remember, the trend is our friend, right? And we can also see that this really does support the fact that we are still trading within this little inside pitchfork that I've been drawing up here the last few videos. And so I do think that there is a chance to see price action. Bear with me 1 second here, folks. All right. There is a chance to see price action really start to rip from the bottom side of this channel up to this top side. And I do think that there is some Elliott wave theory to the upside here. I do believe that this is what we are seeing with CKB. And so I do think that right now there's a darn good chance that we are going to be seeing 6 cents here or 5.5 cents pending Bitcoin and if Bitcoin can get its act together. So this is going to be huge. I think that if CKB can make another leg up, there's going to be a couple things that are going to happen. And one of them being that either we're going to just kind of staircase climb like this all the way up, something like this, into January to the 6 cent, 5.5, 6 cent level, or we are going to see something, something like this happen where we see this ascending triangle form and then we kind of blast off maybe by the end of January to see some of these higher prices. But I do think that this next leg up will test all-time highs, and I do think that this will possibly be the straw that breaks the camel's back into getting price discovery mode, to getting brand new all-time highs. So I think that CKB is still looking really good. And of course, that's really pending on Bitcoin. So we're going to need to take a peek at Bitcoin. I just want to just go ahead really quickly and just throw up a Fibonacci extension here. So bear with me 1 second. Bear with me 1 second. You can really see that price action is trying to pass through this 50% fib level. And the 50% level is a very powerful fib level. So, I mean, on the 12-hour chart, man, this is huge. If we can pass through the 50% level, it looks like we'll be on to at least 0.028 cents. If we can pass that, 0.035-ish cents. If we fail at this 50% level, looks like it might be back down to about the 0.018722-ish level. Maybe a little retest of this 200 moving average will be in order somewhere around the 2 cent level. But I'm really hoping that we can just kind of get a little bit of an inverse head and shoulders here to the upside. So that would be huge for us to get. So I do think that still we're looking good. I mean, there's as long as Bitcoin can get its act together and stay together, that we are sitting pretty. So let's go ahead and look at Bitcoin here. So 1 second here while I pull this up, folks. I hope you guys are having a better weekend than I am, wherever you are at in the world. And I hope that TradingView can not be so slow. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Jeez, TradingView. TradingView needs to get its act together. I cannot. There we go. Jeez. So you can really see where Bitcoin, man, it's been really in this symmetrical triangle squeeze for the last, since the 4th approximately. We saw this huge drop off. We saw this sideways trading occur. So I do think that right now Bitcoin is hinging, and we're either going to come back down and retest this $42,000, $46,000 level, or we are going to pull a reversal and come up for a retry at the $71,600 level. So on a grander scheme, though, we are seeing this rising wedge. I mean, this is something that we cannot discount. It is here on the charts right now. And let me just, these trend lines really do move a lot when you go and switch from different time frames. And I hate that about TradingView. They need to really do something about this. But we can kind of see that there might be some sort of rising wedge forming within Bitcoin. And I do think that at some point in time, we are really going to see this thing drop and drop hard. And I'm hoping that with Bitcoin, we kind of get like what we're seeing with CKB is just maybe one last leg up, maybe come and hit these $70,000 levels. And if that happens, folks, I could see price action maybe violating this rising wedge. And we may see significant downfall from there. So you can see that there was a rising wedge that kind of happened back in here. Wow, that was terrible. So we can kind of see that some of these smaller time frame rising wedges that happen really do produce some very nasty results. Bear with me 1 second here, folks. So you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So these smaller rising wedges really produce some negative price action, and man, I don't think we're really recovering from this latest drop in the market, but we sure as heck could be. So it would be nice to see this reversal at or around $50,000 with Bitcoin. I want to look at this thing on the weekly chart and just see what this looks like. So we do have a nice full body candle on the weekly chart, really pressing above this 50 moving average, and the weekly candle closes in 4 hours. So I do think that if we can remain at these same levels that we're at for the next 4 hours, it might give investors confidence that Bitcoin will make another run for it. But historically, ever since, on the weekly chart only, ever since we see price action, let's just say price action cuts right through the 50 moving average, every time that has happened on the weekly chart, we have seen a little bit of a bear market happen. So back to 2017, 2018, price got the bounce, slipped into the bear market. Once price action went underneath this 50 moving average, it was all over. Here again in this little mini run, the coronavirus mini run, once price action slipped underneath this 50 moving average, it was downhill from there. And that was a black swan event. We do know that, so that is to nobody's surprise. But same thing right here on the weekly chart. Get that weekly chart back up. Oh boy, TradingView, you are not my friend today, are you? So you can see that this bounce slid into the bear market. It is what it is. So that's what we're trying to prevent right now with Bitcoin, is just this little slide into the bear market. So big shout out to all the Patreons. If you're interested in supporting the channel, it's $3 a month. It'll get your name, YouTube channel name, or business name up on this banner. We'll see you guys all on the next video. Hopefully I'll be in a little bit better of a mood.